you to touch on the important subject of member induction and meeting structure and roles in your presentation. I must say you have created so much awareness regarding this subject in terms of best practices, especially question answer session was very interesting. Thank you so much once again. With this, we will move forward with our quality club meetings. On our agenda, we have now the mock meeting. For the mock meeting, I would request somebody who is going to take over from here, an experienced Toastmasters, a dentist by profession, past District 20 director, an enthusiast trainer, inspired so many, including me, and inspiring every day with his nice smile. Now, because there is no secret, he's an open secret. I would request to take over the control to our nice, amazing, pleasing personality, DTM, Dr. Muhammad Makhlouf. Over to you, Dr. Makhlouf.
Thank you so much, our amazing MC, DTM Faisal Jamil. Thank you for emceeing the first part of the meeting, and let's go ahead with the second part. The mock meeting, we will try to apply all what we said, or what our presenter said in the first part of the meeting through a real meeting conducted by Kuwait Advanced member and guests of Kuwait Advanced. So we will start as usual with our Sergeant at Arms, then the meeting will proceed ahead with the role players. Our Sergeant at Arms is none other than DTM Fatma Abdu. She gave the first part. She was Division F, past Division F director, and she had a lot of roles in leadership roles in the club level, area level, and division level. One of the winners in speech contests. Please, with a big round of applause, help me welcome DTM Fatma Abdu.
Thank you so much, our president and our Toastmaster of the day, for this demo meeting or mock meeting. Dignitaries, leaders, and fellow Toastmasters from District 20, good evening. We welcome you all to Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters Club meeting for number, I don't remember the number of the meeting. And I'm Fatma Abdo, your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. A few ground rules before we begin the meeting, I would like to remind you of them. First of all, kindly make sure that your device, either laptop or phones, are well charged and you have stable internet connection, especially if you are a speaker or if you want to take part in the meeting. Kindly refrain from any side chats in the chat box, especially when there is a speaker is giving a speech. Mute your mics and turn your video off when the role players or speakers are speaking. Topics like religion, politics, and sex are prohibited in this part of the virtual contest. Or the virtual meeting. All members are briefed. We can all clap by unmuting our mics after the speakers delivers his speech. And now it's time to read the club mission. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. By this, I hand the stage over to our President, DTM Dr. Muhammad Makhlouf.
No,
Who?
I'm the president.
Now I hand the stage over, the virtual stage, to the president of the club, none other than DTM Sandy Stein.
Thank you very much, our lovely Sergeant at Arms, DTM Fatma Abdu. I now declare this meeting open. Welcome everybody. Right now, I would like to welcome our guests. We have quite a few guests here this evening. Can I see, please? I believe that is DTM Petra. Hello, DTM Petra. Welcome to Active Minds Toast, to Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters meeting. Sorry. This is what happens when you're in multiple clubs.
Active Minds president is also here.
Yes, I know. I'm the VPM for Active Minds. So, DTM Petra, are you around? Maybe she's not available. What about Nugud? Nugud? Najud? Hello, Najud? Can you just say hi? We have shy guests. Okay. How about our lovely counter DTM Sahar? Hi, welcome. Thank you.
Hi, DTM Sandy, how are you?
Great. Thanks for being a guest role player today.
Thank you.
It's wonderful to have you.
Me too. It's wonderful for me also. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. And
Thank
we
you very
also
much.
have DTM Khalid Abdullah, who is a guest role player with us today. Thank you so much. Finally, he's got a camera on. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Madam President, for inviting me. This is Khalid Abdullah. This is my first time to any Toastmaster meeting, so it's really lovely to be for the first time in a meeting. Thank you so much for the invitation, DTM Ala Rashid. And over to you, DTM Sandy.
Thank you and welcome. I'm sure I can get you hooked on Toastmasters before this meeting is over. All right. Thank you very much once again, everybody, and welcome to all of our guests and this amazing mock meeting. I just wanted to encourage each and every person to follow the best practices of Toastmasters, because when we follow the best practices, actually our meetings run smoothly, our guests are happy, our members are happy, and we are also happy. It leads us to the best of situations. Yes, we can do our little dance, da-da-da, happy dance. And it is so wonderful to have all of these experiences all combined into one place where we can actually find them. I am going to send each and every member who has attended today a workbook that will give them the best practices information. Now, moving on to our meeting, I'm going to hand over the stage to this amazing person who has been my mentor, and I was his mentee, and I was his mentor before. I have to wait. Oh, yes. Thank you very much. Before we move on to the Toastmaster of the day, Dr. Makhlouf is making funny faces at me. And because he's making funny faces at me, he has reminded me of what I just told you about in the previous presentation, which is to adopt the agenda. Our Vice President of Education, DTM Ola, do we have any amendments to our agenda?
Yes, we have only one amendment in the agenda. The counter will be DTM Sahar Wardaji instead of Toastmaster Yusuf Naif.
Okay.
Because he was not able to make it.
Okay, so instead of Toastmaster Yusuf, we have DTM Sahar.
Sahar Wardaji.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. May I have a second for that, DTM Wafat?
I second.
Thank you very much. All right, we will then accept the agenda as amended. Now, I would like to turn to our secretary, Toastmaster Srinivas, for the minutes of our previous meeting. Toastmaster Srinivas, have the minutes of the previous meeting been sent out?
Yes, it has been posted in the group, and I have the acknowledgement of the VP and also you as having been received as published.
Wonderful. Are there any amendments to the minutes?
No, there are no amendments to the minutes.
Wonderful, thank you. Moving on, I'm now going to introduce this crazy guy who makes the best funny faces. And he is none other than CAT's immediate past president and previous district director, DTM Mohammed Makhlouf. He is a dentist by profession with a master's degree in oral surgery. He is a self-development trainer, a life coach, a distinguished Toastmaster, and he won the Excellence Award in Program Quality from 2016 to 2018. And the Division Director of the Year Award. Hey, you gave me this stuff, I'm gonna read it. The Division Director of the Year Award from 2015 to 2016. He is overall an amazing person and an absolutely wonderful friend. Thank you so much. Over to you, DTM Mohammed Makhlouf.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Thank you so much, our President, DTM Sandy Stein, for this amazing introduction and for opening our meeting. Today's meeting is our first mock meeting to check the quality of our meetings. This is a mock meeting and our theme is quality counts. For the definition, an easiest definition of quality, quality is to do the right things in the right way at the right time. So we should do the right things while we are doing our roles at the right way as written and described in the Toastmasters documents at the right time, not before and not after. And that's why there is no perfect meeting. There is always meeting with fun and learning. And we are learning better on the environment of fun and enjoyment, as Ralph Smedley said. So our meeting is divided into three main parts. Our first part is the prepared speeches, where we have one amazing speaker and will be evaluated according to his project objectives. A second part, which is one of the amazing parts I personally like in Toastmasters, which is the table topic part. And the third part, which is the evaluation part. I will not do all that alone. we are a good team. And to introduce this team, we have, according to best practice, 2 ways. I will choose one of the ways that we used to do in Kuwait, and it's one of the best practices. I will introduce the role players. So our first role player for today, the person who will evaluate the whole meeting. First of all, she is past district director. She is a close friend. She opened and helped in opening many clubs in District 20. Also, she is a learning and development trainer in Australian College of Kuwait. With a big round of applause, help me welcome our general evaluator, DTM Wafa Salman, to introduce her role. DTM Wafa.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, President, fellow members and guests. Good evening. My role as General Evaluator is to evaluate the meeting before it started until my term comes to an end, and I will have my segment with a team of the role players that the Toastmaster of the Day will introduce now. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, DTM Wafa. Our next role player is the timekeeper of our meeting, and she is a legal translator by profession and choice, and an authentic Toastmaster by passion. She has a dream that one day everyone in the world shall appreciate the core values that we learn in Toastmasters. Please help me welcome with a big round of applause our timer for tonight, Asma Lamizi.
Thank you so much, our Toastmaster of the Day, DTM, Dr. Mohammed Makhlouf. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, as a timer, I will time the table topics, speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards. Upon request, I will present my report. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Asma, our timer for tonight. And the next role player is the grammarian. And who took this role? A division director. She is a great friend, Division H director currently, past area director, and we share the same clubs. Please help me welcome our grammarian for tonight, Toastmaster Siham Muhammad.
Thank you so much, our handsome TMOD for today. My role for today as a grammarian is to listen carefully, first to all the good and wonderful expressions of the language. Second, to spot any improper usage of the language. And third, to count how many people are going to use the word of the day. Word of the day is responsibility. And what does responsibility mean? Which part of speech it is? It's a noun, and it means to have a duty and fulfill this duty with commitment. I have a quote about responsibility. We say the greatness is always by responsibility. Over to you. Thank you, Diego.
Thank you, the most responsible person of Division H, DTM soon, inshallah, DTM Siham Muhammad. And the next responsible person.
Today, I
DTM, wow! Congratulations! Congratulations, DTM Siham Muhammad.
DTM Siham, congratulations.
Thank you.
Hearty congratulations. So, our next role player, and the most responsible for what we are saying. She is a friend. We together had a great idea to have a great club, and she took the responsibility and go ahead with that club. One of the most special club that teach non-Arabic Arabic language. Please, with a big round of applause, help me welcome our counter for today, DTM Sahar Al-Wardaji.
Great thanks to you, Toastmaster of the Day, my friend, Dr. Makhlouf. Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and, you know. I will also listen to filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase, such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day, DTM Mohammed Makhlouf.
Thank you so much, DTM Sahar Al-Wardaji, for this introduction. Nice introduction. Let's move on to our first part of today. Today, we have a great speaker, a person who has a humor by nature. But before hearing from our speaker for today, let's hear from his evaluator, who is none other than our program quality director for this year, and the person who comes directly from Bahrain to help anybody in District 20 to become more quality, to have more quality clubs, to have more quality educational journey. DTM Khalid Abdullah. Big round of applause for DTM Khalid Abdullah to read the project objectives of our speaker.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, DTM Mohammed Makhlouf, for the lovely introduction. Good evening once for everyone. And special good evening, of course, for Toastmaster Srinivas. All the best with your speech. The purpose of the speech or the project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present well-organized, well-researched speech at any topic. I thought was DTM Srinivas objecting. DTM Murli, even when you are in India, you are noisy. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I did not notice that. I'm sorry.
So all the best, DTM Srinivas, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much. And let's welcome our speaker for today. He is a member of many clubs. Whenever you ask him for any support, either role or support in contest or any support, he is there. He is famous of being the sergeant at arms of most of our contests in District 20. A person with a really big, great heart. With a big round of applause, help me welcome our speaker for today, Toastmaster Srinivas Shalipati. His speech title, It's Time to Act. It's time to act, Srinivas Shalipati.
Let me take you all.
Excuse me, Toastmaster Srinivas. May I ask the timer to explain the timing before you start? I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was about to ask you, but okay. Your speech is 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Asma. Big round of applause for Toastmaster Srinivas Shalipati.
Let me take you all back to July 1979. I'm sure none of you who are present online this evening were even born in July 1979. But I was a 15-year-old then, awaiting a new academic year into my high school. I was so excited with new uniform, new friends, new girls, and yes, absolutely new teachers to come and teach us. But then there was a buzz in the air. The world is going to end. The world is going to end. The world is going to end. I said, my God, much before I could even go into my classroom, the world is going to end. Why? Because of one small rumor that made its way into the society in India. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear friends, the world was going to end in July 1979 because of a crash. And the crash was coming all the way from skies down. The Skylab, built by the Russians. And it was about time that they crashed the Skylab. The rumor was the Skylab is twice the size of our Earth. And when it comes crashing down, it might crush Earth, and our Earth might just get disintegrated into the wide open space, and we all will be perishing. Now, this rumor was so very ardent and so very widespread. It spread like wildfire. You know, there are some people who sold every bit of their property, and what a stupid move that was. The world is anyway going to end. So what are you going to do with all the money what you get by spending, you're selling your properties? But then came July 1979, a day went by, 2 days passed by, 3 days passed by, nothing happened. Finally, on the 4th day, that is 14th of July, we came to know that the Skylab had actually crashed in the sea towards southern Australia. Now let me bring you back into the year 2021. And here, let me caution you, all of you who are present, the world, what we live in, will certainly end if we do not take action. Yes, it will end. All because of our ignorance, number one, or carelessness, number two, or three, we simply are so self-centered in our lives that we no longer have enough time to even look into what we can do for the rest of the world. Our oceans are choked with plastic. Our air is polluted with effluents, which is emissions of greenhouse gases. We are cutting down our forests at a very quick rate. Our wildlife no longer is protected. Let me give you a very simple example. According to the journal published in 2016 by the National Geographic Society in University of Boston in America, Madagascar, which is a very small island in the Indian Ocean, will no longer have its forest after the year 2023. Why? Because bigger nations who have absolutely no any care for the rest of the world are spewing poison into the air by the way of burning fossil fuels, because they are more focused in their own development, and they do not care for that little island. They do not care for those people who are solely dependent on the forests. What you and I have to do and what needs to be done, we need to act. Act with a very simple approach. Each one of us, if we have to dispense the use of a single-use plastic, simple, your carry bags, a simple carry bag which we carry from our departmental stores, replace it with a cloth bag. You buy a cloth bag, retain it with you, and carry this cloth bag each time you go to buy vegetables, each time you go to buy provisions. If the world realizes and knows the importance of protecting our environment, according to the same journal once again, it says that by year 2050, the carbon emissions may curtail to a vast extent, and the greenhouse gases effect will be nullified to an extent where probably the temperatures of the world will come down by more than 1%. It's time to act, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Big round of applause for our speaker for tonight, Srinivas Shalipathy. And let's have 1 minute for feedback for our speaker. Please, timer, give us 1 minute. During this 1 minute, I will give you a brief about the quality cycle. Please write in the chat box a positive feedback for improvement to our speaker, Srinivas Shalipathy. There is a circle for quality improvement. First, plan, then do, then check, then act. Plan for what you need to change in your system, in your club. Then do whatever you plan to do. After that, check if what you did is fulfilling the process, taking you to the quality that you want. If not, change these few things that you need to improve and plan again for the next level. This is the process of quality control. Every time, plan, do, check, and then act on the weak points to improve and plan again. Thank you, our timer, for the 1 minute. And let's move forward to our next part of our meeting. Our next part is the table topic session. And for table topic, we have none other than DTM Ola Rashid. She's Palestinian by blood, Jordanian by nationality, born and raised in Kuwait. She holds bachelor degree in international business and MBA from Maastricht. She's working in AUM, American University of Middle East. She's currently member in 3 clubs, worked before in the CGD, now working in the BQD team. She loves reading, watching documentaries, and walking. With big round of applause, please help me welcome our table topic master for today, DTM Luli Ola Rashid.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, DTM Mohammed Makhlouf. I didn't expect you to say it all. I just sent it and I told you just choose a few of it. Thank you so much for all of that. Good evening, everyone, for Kuwait Advanced members and for all the guests. Now, for table topics, before we start, it is all about impromptu speaking. It helps you to enhance your listening skills and your speaking skills because it is all about how to speak at a certain situation, at the moment, right now. You need to think really so fast. You really need to choose your words wisely so you won't be in a problem. Now, there's two ways of conducting the table topics. There is one way where you already tell the topic. Now, usually people, they do use quotes, this is the more used way between all the Toastmaster clubs. So at the beginning, the table topic master inform about what is the quote, and then we'll choose someone to speak about that quote, and I'll speak about the timing. And the other way is to let maybe you do have certain quotes, you have it in certain numbers, and you ask the speaker who would love to speak, and when they choose the number, you tell them the quote. Now, the timing for the table topics is 1 to 2 minutes. So, timer, please, would you explain the timing for the speakers?
Table topics speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. And there is a 30 seconds as a grace period. Thank you, and back to you, table topic master.
Thank you so much, dear timer. So we will start with the normal way that we all know, that I do have 10 quotes. It's all about equality, as our theme of the day is equality counts. And one tip for everyone prepares for table topics, it's really good to have topics that is linked to the theme itself. So you have like a full themed meeting. So I have 10 quotes. So who would love to participate? Open your cameras and don't hide behind the camera. Who would love to participate? Marley. Okay. So Marley, we will try the one way, which is you need to choose a number. And based on that, I will tell you what is the quote. And after that, you will have the platform to elaborate over it. So 1 to 10, which number you want?
I always love to be number 1.
Okay. So the quote says, it is not necessarily to change. Survival is not mandatory. It is not necessary to change. Survival is not mandatory. The platform is yours.
Great topic, topic master. I agree with this statement. Survival is not a mandatory. Though we are not supposed to speak about religion, this thing, but we all have what is called as faith in whatever religion we practice or we follow. The one thing we should know that as a life insurance agent, I can confirm one thing is every individual who is born is going to have a day, one day when the end is going to come. So during this time, whatever you do, irrespective of the caste and creed, the people will remember what you have done. Survival, you don't need to survive just for the sake of someone else. There are people who have dedicated their life for a good cause, even without making earnings. So it's not necessary that you'll have to survive. I know about a person who is very famous philosopher in the world, Swami Vivekananda, who was not even completed 35 years, but he became one of the best philosophers in the world. There are many people who have served the humanity within a short period of time. And there are people who are still 58 running, going strong from Kuwait to Hyderabad. What they have done to the country or to the world is different. So it is not necessary that survival, you have to survive somewhere. Every person can survive, whatever is written in his fate. But what you do during your survival is that counts, in my opinion. Thank you. Over to you, topic master.
Thank you so much, DTM Marley, for this beautiful answer. And now we will be the next. So we will be using the other way of conducting the table topic session. So I will have one volunteer and, okay, sorry, the other one. I will tell what is the code. Yes, I forgot it. I will tell what is the code, and then I will see who would love to participate. Okay, the code says quality is not an act, it is a habit. Again, quality is not an act, it is a habit. So who would love to participate? DTM Khalid Abdullah. The platform is yours.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Masters, fellow Toastmasters, and esteemed guests. Good evening to all of you. I thought the question was to me as a program quality director, so I should really grab this opportunity to talk about quality. So thank you so much for the topic. The topic called me and not the other way around. Quality, it's really important for us as leaders to observe what is happening. And definitely as leaders, you should not just have a vision, but you should have also the extra vision to see what happens in between those boxes. I've been into one experience. One day I was in a meeting and I noticed one of the boxes was there opened, and all of a sudden that person was holding a phone, and then the person felt that I felt that was something wrong in the message that the person received. And all of a sudden the person switched off her camera and after a while disappeared from the meeting. So if we can, as members, observe those small little things that happens around us in the meeting, I think that exactly would mean quality. Of course, I checked on the member later on, and unfortunately she received a sad news, but she was really appreciating that I observed it. It was not really me only observed it, also another person observed it also in the meeting itself. So that shows the quality in the vision that we have as leaders of District 20. Let's have a vision. Let's remember, members, let's observe in between those boxes what we don't maybe see in the big picture, because what is behind those boxes are human beings full of emotions, and we need to care for those human beings among us because they are all part of our family. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Remember the quality of looking in between the boxes. And over to you, DTM Ola.
Thank you so much, DTM Khalid, for this answer. And it's really suits you perfectly with the role you have. So I do believe we are done with our part and our segment of the table topic. But before to hand it to the Toastmaster of the day, I would love to ask the timer if all the speakers are qualified.
Yeah.
For the voting.
DTM Morali, DTM Morali talk 1 minute, 38 seconds.
Okay.
DTM Khalid talk 2 minutes and 5 seconds. So both are qualified.
Thank you so much, dear timer. So will we have the poll so they can, or there will be no voting? Sandy? No voting, right?
Wafa?
No need to vote. I'll give my vote to DTM Murli.
And my vote to DTM Khalid.
Okay, both of you are winners. God bless you both. Okay, that's great. So this is my part of this meeting. Thank you so much for having me, and back to the Toastmaster of the day, DTM Mohammed Makhlouf.
Thank you so much, DTM Ola Rashid, for this amazing session. As I told you, it's the most active session of Toastmasters meeting. Now we will move on to the third part of our meetings. But before that, I want to ask you all, please tell me on the chat box, who's responsible about the quality of the club? DTM Khalid as BQD, the club ExCom, or the club president, DTM Wafa Salman? Who's responsible about club quality? Please on the chat box. Yes, DTM Morley. Yes, DTM, no, DTM Khalid. You are the one, club ExCom. Yes, DTM Wafa. Okay, out of jokes, it's every member in the club. All of us are responsible about the quality of our meetings and the quality of our area, division, and even districts. It comes at the end to the member himself. Give more to Toastmasters, Toastmasters will give you more. Now let's move on to our third part of our meeting, which is the evaluation. As I used to say, it's the GPS that guide us to become better and achieve our goals. The person who will take this responsibility, I already introduced her at the beginning of our meeting. With big round of applause, please help me welcome our past district director, our current president of Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters Club, DTM Wafa Salman.
Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, good evening. And now we come to the part that we are all looking for, which is the evaluation segment. And in this evaluation segment, it's not only the people who will be evaluated directly will benefit, however, all of us will benefit from it. The segment will be divided into three parts. The first part, I will call upon the speech evaluator to evaluate the speech as per the objectives. The second part is okay, done. The second part is I will call upon the report from the grammarian, counter, and timer on the segment, and then I will give an overall evaluation for the whole meeting from the beginning till the end. So let's start by calling the speech evaluator. We had observed an amazing speech by Srinivas Shalapati, and he will be evaluated, his speech will be evaluated by DTM Khalid. But before calling DTM Khalid, let me ask TM Asma about the timing for the evaluation segment.
Thank you so much, our general evaluator. Before I mention the timing for the speech evaluator, let me mention the timing for the speaker, which is 6 minutes, 55 seconds. For evaluation, the timing is between 2 minutes to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 3 minutes, I will raise the red card, plus 30 seconds as a grace period. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, timer. And good that you mentioned the speech timing, because it's very important for the evaluator to take it in consideration and give him some other points around. However, help me welcome the speech evaluator, DTM Khalid Abdullah.
The world is going to end. The world is going to end. General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and esteemed guests, good evening to all of you, and special good evening, of course, to Toastmaster Srinivas. The world is going to end. Toastmaster Srinivas, let me structure my evaluation on saying what I really like. There are so many things that I like about your speech, and then I'll give you a few little areas of improvement. So let me start with what I like. How many of us were born in 1979? No? Okay, great. I really liked that as well, the question at the beginning, saying that you started with 1979 and the world is going to end. It's echoing in my ear whenever I remember the speech itself. I like the way that you showed that you were really excited going to school, and then you met the guy who was saying the statement, and you described all of the scenarios within us, what's happening and why the guy was saying the world has to end, or is going to end. And of course, all of the logic that you've been following as well behind that. And then you took us back to 2021. The world will suddenly end if we don't take an action. So you linked both 1979 and 2021. Then you followed up as well with the logic of your speech itself on if we don't take action by our carelessness, self-centered, and all of the pollution that's happening in air, as well in the oceans. So this is something that we need to really be careful with. The objective of the project itself is to research your topic. And I can tell you that you had researched the topic. 2016 National Geographic article, and year 2050 carbon emission and the greenhouse gas, and all of the information that you brought by your research. And toward the end of the speech, it's time to act. So you called for action. Now, if I were in your shoes, Toastmaster Srinivas, this is a great speech, and I'm really inspired by that speech. But how can we take this into a championship speech? In my humble opinion, I will give you 3 suggestions. The first suggestion is the virtual background. You had great hand gestures, but because of the virtual background, your hand gestures were a little bit cut because of the virtual background that you used. Second, I would love if you just described 1979. You said, of course, about the person and that you were going to the school and then that's what you had. But if you just made us live the moment while you were walking and describing each and every angle of it. Last, showing examples of the animals. So if you had maybe a display, a photo or something to show exactly what's happening behind the scene out of our carelessness, that would give it a bigger impact. In summary, it was a great speech, well-researched topic. If you can just remember those 3 topics of improvement, you will take your speech into a different level. Thank you so much, and over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Khalid, for an amazing evaluation. And it helps not only the speaker, it helped all of us to look into those suggestions. Now we will move to the second segment of our meeting, which is listening to the reports. Our first report is the grammarian report. And now help me welcome our grammarian for this meeting, DTM Siham Muhammad, to present her report. The floor is yours.
Shall I explain the time, please?
No, she knows that she has 2 minutes and she will stop.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I guess Siham is not here. He's not in the room.
Okay, so we'll wait for Siham to come back. Let's hear from our grammarian then. And our grammarian for this meeting is DTM Sahar Al-Wardaji. Please present your report. You have 1 minute.
Yes, I am the accounter. My report today is one participant said so 3 times, other one said so also 3 times, and one participant said 5 times. That's all, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, accounter. You made it as quick as possible. So without having, let's move to the timer. Can you give us the timing in general for this meeting, our timer?
Yeah, sure. For prepared speech, Toastmaster Srinivas talk 6 minutes, 55 seconds. For table topic segment, DTM Morali talk 1 minute, 38 seconds. DTM Khalid talk 2 minutes, 5 seconds. For evaluation segments, DTM Khalid talk 3 minutes, 28 seconds. Accounter talk 16 seconds. That's all. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you so much, timer. Let's give the timer a big round of applause. And by that, all the role players has been doing the job and they were within the time. Let me give my overall report of this meeting. First of all, the meeting started on time. And with the with the following the protocol and the procedures as the best practices in any meeting. The president, the surgeon at arms, introduces the ground rules and read the mission, and then the president opened the meeting officially when the president started. Then the president asked the VP Education for amendment of the agenda, and the amendment motion was there, and then it was seconded, and there was no objection, so the agenda was adopted. Then the secretary has been asked by the president to check the minutes of the meeting, which they were distributed, and there was no objection. The meeting started by introducing the Toastmaster of the Day from the president, and then the Toastmaster of the Day took the whole meeting in a very professional way by introducing each role player in the way that it should be introduced. So the role players took their time. I think every role player was within the time, the role players and the speakers and the guests. I enjoyed the meeting. I don't see any improvement on this meeting unless making sure that when the meeting is on time, the chat sometimes can interrupt the speakers. So we can stop the chat while the speaker is speaking. So the chat security can be stopped while a speaker is speaking or the presenter until it's needed. So it will not be interrupting for anybody. Other than that, I enjoyed the meeting, and the meeting went in a very good way and following the protocols that we use for the best practices. Having said that, that's my role comes to an end, and I will return back the control to the Toastmaster of the Day, Dr. Hamad Mahdi.
DTM Wafat?
Yes.
Our grammarian has entered. She had some electricity problems. She's here now. Could you ask her to give her report?
Okay, fine. Grammarian, please, you have 2 minutes. Please submit your report.
Good evening, General Evaluator, fellow masters, and honorable guests. I'm sorry because this was out of my hand. Electricity went out, so I missed a part of the mock meeting, so forgive me. First of all, for the word of the day, Dr. Makhlouf, of course, because I heard him, used the adjective of the word. The word was responsibility. He used responsible. And of course, in the meeting, you can use the word or any equivalent to the word itself or whatever a derivative from the same word. For him also, I liked when he said quality to control. It is starting with plan, check what you plan, check what you did, change it to improve, then plan again. That was very inspiring. DTM, the speaker, TM Shrinivas, has a lot of good expressions like wide open space, spread like Wi-Fi, muscles, fuse, act with a very simple approach. It is time to act. DTM Ola, I liked when she said how to speak right now. And unfortunately, the electricity cut at this point. This is my report to you. And over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, our grammarian for tonight. And as I said, the meeting followed the protocol from the table topics for the speaker and evaluator, and all they run in the same within the timing. Just one more to add is the meeting was fun, and this is the best thing that when we best learn with enjoyment. And as the Toastmaster of the Day said that in the beginning, I'm saying it now for Ralph C. Smedley and giving back the control. This concludes my time giving back the control to the Toastmaster of the Day, DTM Dr. Mahdi.
Thank you, our serious general evaluator. Yes, you can smile, no problem in that. As a general evaluator, it is not mentioned not to smile. You can smile. The evaluator shouldn't smile, but the general evaluator can smile. عادي.
I thought it's
Thank
the
you
best
so much,
practice not to
TTM
smile.
Wafa. Yes, okay. As a best practice, no smiling. Thank you, general evaluator. And let's move on to announcing the results. So we have only one speaker. So Toastmaster Srinivas Shalipati is our best speaker for our mock meeting today. Wow, well done. Second announcement is table topic winner. We have only 2 table topics winner and both are winning today. Morley Manuhar DTM, Khalid Abdullah DTM. Well done, guys. And what do you think? Who is the winner in evaluation? None other than, again, DTM Khalid Abdullah. Well done, guys. You did amazing job. And the best role player for today is, of course, Luli. Who other than DTM Ola Rashid? Well done. You can do that through voting, but because it's only 2 speakers and 1 speaker in each category, so we didn't do voting. And with that, I remind you that do plan, do check, and plan, do check and act. This is the circle for quality. Don't forget it and go forward for a better quality meetings. Back to our presidents for tonight. DTM Sandy Stein.
Thank you very much, DTM Mohammed Makhlouf, our amazing and energetic Toastmaster of the day. Thank you, thank you. At this point in time, I would like to hold the business session. And for that purpose, I would like to first call on our club secretary, who is Toastmaster Srinivas. Toastmaster Srinivas, do you have anything to, yes?
Madam President, can we check if we have quorum or no?
Thank you very well. We're not, okay. Toastmaster Srinivas, as our secretary, do we have a quorum? Toastmaster Srinivas? Are you with us?
President, yes. President, we have a quorum.
We do have a quorum. Thank you very much. All right. Now, in case we have anything that requires voting, we are all set. Thank you very much. Great. And to you, Toastmaster Srinivas, as our secretary, do you have anything to report?
Dear President, I've already posted the club roster in the group, and I've also registered all the, the minutes of the meeting in the group once again. And that's it. As far as the members are concerned, they all have acknowledged having received the minutes. Back to you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. I appreciate your work, our lovely secretary. Moving on now to our treasurer, DTM Khalid Abdullah. Can you please give us your report?
Thank you so much, Madam President. Good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. We are in good shape. We still have our budget of 300,000 KD in our bank, so everything is fine. And all of our 50 members paid their renewals, of course, October renewals. I think we are in good shape, and I'm traveling next week. So if you have anything to pay for me even more, please, I'm always here at your service. Thank you so much. Over to you, Madam President.
Thank you. Our dear treasurer, boy, do I wish. It's like a dream club treasurer report. All right. Now,
are you traveling to Kuwait or to Bahrain?
Okay, Now, my next, my next report, I would like to ask our Sergeant at Arms, who is DTM Fatima Abdu. Do we have anything to report? DTM Fatima.
Yes, DTM Sandy. As a Sergeant at Arms, today we had a new member and I accompanied him to the breakout room until the club members vote him in. And at the end, when we went back to the main room, he was voted in and we accepted him as a new member. Thank you so much. Over to you, DTM Sandy.
Thank you very much. Sergeant at Arms, we're good on supplies.
Yes, everything was already. Everything is ready for the club meetings, and we hopefully meet next time in physical meetings, inshallah.
Inshallah. All right, thank you very much. Moving on to our Vice President of Public Relations, DTM Siham Mohammed. DTM Siham, are you still with us? I hope your electricity is okay. Yes.
No, electricity is the same. But I joined from the mobile. Of course, I'm with you. Good evening, dear President, fellow Toastmasters, and honorable guests. My report as a VPPR is that we are progressing in targeting people by using the social media. We have the Instagram, we have the Facebook, and we made a page on LinkedIn, and this make us progressing very nicely. And we are thinking of having a YouTube channel, and inshallah, we will make a campaign about our club, this YouTube channel, and we will send everything we have, the meetings, the videos, activities we have through this YouTube channel. Soon, inshallah, it will achieve great results. This is for my report, and over to you, President.
Thank you very much, DTM Siham. At this point in time, seeing as we are over time, I would like to raise a motion, please, to extend the meeting by 10 minutes, just so that we can finish covering our business report.
Madam President, can I raise the motion on your behalf since you are the presiding officer? So, although
Yes,
I'm not a member of the club, are we now raising a motion in the box?
Okay, anyway.
Okay.
I would like a motion raised, please, to extend the meeting.
There is a motion to extend the meeting by another, how long do you want? 30 minutes? 10 minutes.
Okay. I object to it. We cannot use a club for personal usages.
DTM Wafa, I'm going to ignore you, DTM Marley.
I second.
Thank you very much. Any objections? Hearing none. Thank you, Asma.
I am exited. I'm sorry, I am exited.
It's okay, it's okay. Thank you very much. All right, so let us continue with our business session, please. Let me have our Vice President of Membership, DTM Mohammed Makhlouf. Can you give
on behalf of membership committee, which chaired by me and have two more members, we renewed to all club members and 20 members renewed. We already achieved Smidley Award by adding 5 new members, and 1 point is added in the DCP point in membership. We are looking to add the next point of adding more 3 members on December this year. So we will achieve 10 over 10 on December this year. Back to you, our president.
Excellent job, VP membership. Yes. Now moving on to my right-hand lady, VP Education, DTM Ola.
Hello, everyone. Actually, in reality, we were like this last year for Active Minds. For the report, as the Vice President of Education, I just wanted to inform that from the 6 points that we need to achieve it, we have achieved 5, and we still need to have 1. So we are planning to do that by finishing 1 project from level 4 or 5 to be counted. Hopefully what I'm saying is correct. And we do have our club contest, which will be in November 30. So during that time, be prepared for it. If you would love to participate, contact me and in which segment so we can plan for it to which day. And if you are not planning to participate as a contestant, you can participate as a role player to support the club to have a very successful contest for this year. Rather than this, I don't have any further in my report. Thank you so much, and back to you, our president.
Please
Very much.
draft me as a role player. Please draft me in as a role player. I would want to be the sergeant at arms.
You want to be the sergeant at arms?
Yes.
Okay, I already had my sergeant at arms report.
For the contest.
Oh, for the contest. Yes, excellent. Thank you very much. Now, that concludes our business meeting unless we have any new business. Does anybody have any new business to report? Hearing none, I'm going to end our business session. I would like now to hear a little feedback from our guests. Could we hear anything from DTM Petra? What did you think of our mock meeting? DTM Petra or Najud? All right, how about our guest role play? Oh, DTM Petra, there you are. Thank you so much. What did you think of our mock meeting today?
It's great. It's like going back to a country's constitution to know what to do it right, to get it right. But unfortunately, it's like almost midnight in Thailand, and I've been lapsing into a nap and come back. So my impression of your training may be not continuous, but I'm glad we are holding such a training like what you're doing today, and you have all the great gurus, teachers, and stars at this training. So I'm so humble and so honored to have listened to all of you. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And God bless you for joining us when it's that late at night in Thailand, where you are. And let me hear last of all from our guest role player, DTM Sahar. How did you enjoy the mock meeting?
Really, I enjoyed it very, very much. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you, DTM Fatma Abdu. And I'm here always for anyone for you. Thank you, DTM Santi. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
At
dear.
this point in time, I am going to adjourn the meeting and turn it back to the real club president of Kuwait Advanced Toastmasters, DTM Wafa Salman.
Thank you so much, Sandy and DTM Fatma Abdu, for an amazing education session. It was combo, and yes, we extended the meeting. We got more time needed. However, it was good to be done all together because they are related to the same concept, and members will not forget what it's been done in one day. So thank you both presenters. Thanks for the VP Education and Kuwait Advanced members. I really appreciate your support. And by that, I will call the meeting, the Kuwait Advanced Education meeting, to adjourn. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Well
Thank
done.
you, everyone. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.